Welcome everybody to Coffee and Courses. I'm your host, Melody Johnson, the founder and course creator at The Course Consultant. I help course creators and coaches just like you create, grow, and scale their revenue with customer success. And so today, if you're excited, we're going to take a little bit of a coffee break. I hope that you've grabbed your cup of coffee. I was just talking with some of my good friends over there on Facebook and LinkedIn all about pour over coffees. But I know you're here not just for the coffee, right? You're here so that you can have better customer success for yourself, your customers, and your organization. So whether you're a business owner or you are taking a part of your company to make it even better, we're going to go ahead and share with you all of the cool tips and tricks about what we're going to do today. So without further ado, let's go ahead and hop over Clickup to learn how to create some great tasks, project management tools for managing multiple projects, customizing your colors for different projects and clients. And then also, I'm going to share you a calendar view, which is my new favorite tool. So if you're over here on Facebook, LinkedIn, or YouTube, drop me a comment and tell me where you're watching from, because I want to know genuinely how you're doing, what you're up to, and where you're watching this from. All right, so let's go ahead and hop on over to Clickup. Boop-a-doo. Okay, so here I am on Clickup, and just a quick reminder here for everyone that's brand new to me, I do these lives every single Friday at 3 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Not sure if it's the best time. If you feel like there's a better time, do let me know in the comments. Okay, so the first thing we're going to talk about is how to manage multiple clients and projects within Clickup. If you are brand new to Clickup, make sure to watch all of the YouTube videos and the streams that I do, because I do have some trainings for you. First things first, let's take a closer look to this space right here. So if you're watching this, I want to share with you, this is a space. This is my testing space. It's got a little pizza icon because why the heck not? And inside of this space, you're going to find folders. Obviously, I've got a few different test folders for you here. And within the folders, ba-ba-bam, there are some multiple different lists. And so today we're going to focus on how to use the folders and lists to manage multiple projects. So the first thing I want to do is share with you what's in this folder and how does it relate to the actual list? What's the hierarchy between these? Because my goodness, I've got so many clients and customers. I might have an agency, a university, or something in between. So we're going to talk about how this can be used to launch your course, to support the ongoing operations for your group, cohort, or program. Or again, if you have an agency, we're going to show you how to use this tool to help manage your deadlines, right? Because I know I look at the deadlines, then I realize, my goodness, there's got to be a better way to track this, right? Okay, so let's take a look at this first example. This first example is what I call an agency example. Now, if we look here on the left-hand side, this is project management for agencies. And if you're an agency, drop me a comment below. Give me a yes, I am an agency. I would love to know all about what you're up to, what you help people with. So in this first list, we can see some clear milestones. Now, again, this is just an example. Every business is going to be different in the way that they operate and their standard workflows. So standardization is one thing I talk about a lot on my show and when I talk with people on coffee chats. Yes, I do free coffee chats. And I love connecting up with people here on LinkedIn, YouTube, and Facebook. So hop on over, give me a little DM, click that follow button. So to do, what we want to do here in this list is take a look at these project kickoff call. We have a mid-project check-in, we have 2 of those, and then an offboarding call. Pretty standard, right? Now, if we look here on the top area, we're going to see lists, boards, and calendar, and I just added this view. So if we head on over to calendar, we're not going to see any of these tasks on here, right? Because none of those tasks actually have deadlines on it. So what we want to do here is we can actually take a look, and we're going to hop into May. And what I'm going to do here is I'm going to either create a task, or I can add a task that's already existing. So let's take a look here. So there's a few ways that I can do this. I can add the due dates right here, and then I can see how it looks inside the calendar. So for me, I actually like to just add this in. So let's go ahead and just add in a couple of pretend dates. I'm going to say Thursday. I'm going to say the next one here is going to be, let's say that the midpoint check-in call is the 18th. The second one, let's go ahead and put that over here to the 23rd. And then we're going to say offboarding call is actually closer to June the 3rd. Okay, so here we have several dates, and you're going to see here that we have the folder space, which is what I'm clicking on right now, and then we have the list space. Now, the main difference is here, I just added this list area where I am clicking on the list, and this is what I'm viewing. I'm viewing the list area in this section, and this is where all these dates are taking a look at. If I click on this folder area, you're going to see that I'm showing all of the subsequent lists within this folder. I know it's a little tricky to take your mind on it, but once you do get a handle of it, you're going to be golden. So right here we see this beautiful list. Then what we're going to do is we're going to take a look at this calendar view. So let's take a look first at this folder, Project Management for Agencies, and I'm going to click on this calendar view. And then what we're going to do is we're going to move on over to May. Bam, bam, bam. We can actually see these tasks in here, but guess what? It's going to be a little confusing because if I've got 2 clients or more than 5 clients, or I've got a lot of clients, if you're an agency, I'm going to get a little cluttered with all of this, right? So what I can do here is I can actually filter, and I can do this by, I can look at this by status, I can look at this by tags, or I can filter it a different way. So there's a lot of different cool settings here. So right now it's actually coloring the tasks by status, but that's not what I want. I want to actually color the tasks by list because that's what's colored right here. So we have the color coordinated lists, and I'm going to go ahead and click on apply, and here we go. Now we actually see that the calendar view is pulling in that beautiful color that we added to there. Okay, so again here we've got this here, and it looks like I did not save it, excuse me, so I'm going to go ahead to list, and we're good to go. Okay, so now we have the lists that are colored here. And the way that we color this, we can actually left click on multiple spaces, folders, and lists. And when we do that, we can customize this color. So if I click here on the folder area, I can then change this color here. To click add or edit color, I'm just going to click on this link, and you can see here that there's multiple different location colors. I can even type an actual label for these, and I can say folder colors or list colors if I want to get super intense, right? Kind of like the girl who had all the gel pens growing up. If you remember that, you know what I'm talking about, right? So we are going to have different colors associated with different customers to differentiate this on the calendar setting. Now we're going to get a little bit intense about this, and the reason why is because when we're managing multiple projects, at a glance, we want our team to be effectively able to handle the workload. We don't want to overbog them too much with too many tasks and overload our calendar with too many close deadlines, right? Unless you have the team or capacity to do that. So that's why I have this customer list, which is here, and I've edited this color as yellow, and this one is listed as blue. So again, I click over to the folder, I take a look at the calendar, and if we look here, we can now see, and it looks like for some reason it just hasn't saved it, and I think it just needs to save down here. So okay, hopefully that works. So let's double check. And you never know with these live things, sometimes you get it to work and sometimes it doesn't. Okay, great. So that actually works pretty well. And if I do the same thing here, I'm just gonna pop in some pretend dates. Let's go ahead and say the 17th for that one. And we're gonna go ahead and say, let's go ahead and say this one, June the 6th, and then we're gonna do June 20th. And then the June 27th, so that we have some space between these two projects, right? We don't want to overwhelm ourselves. All right, that's July. June 20th. No, 27th. Okay. Okie dokie. So let's take a look here at what it looks like. Okay, so now we're going into May. We only have a project kickoff call and a mid-project check-in at the same time. And then here in June, it starts looking pretty clear. We've got a couple things here on the mid-project check-in. Great, so I hope that helps give you an example on how to do that as an agency owner. I do want to share with you a couple of other things in terms of an example for a university. Okay, so let's say that you have a certification program, maybe you have a university, or you help with some sort of educational based business. So let's say that maybe you're a nonprofit and you have workshops and seminars, you have cohorts, or maybe you're a startup and you own an accelerator where you have an incubator of different students going through the curriculum, and you only open that during set times of the year. Well, in this case, let's take a look at a university or a college or some sort of educational organization. And so here's the same thing. We have a list of to-do items. You have cohort A. I could also duplicate this into cohort B. And then I have orientation, student mid-year check-in, awards night, grades, and grades posted, right? So you can do exactly the same thing on this calendar. We can even duplicate this. So if I go over to list settings and click duplicate, it's going to ask me, where do I want this duplicate to live? Meaning, where's this list going to stay? I used to have someone say, everything has its place. You have a home for every single thing. And so I think sometimes that when I think about these spaces and these lists, so I can assign everything and copy everything that's in there and say, ready, we're going to go ahead and click duplicate. If that's good, then we're going to say, yep. And then if we are not good with it, we can customize. Okay. So do you want to include archive tasks? I'm going to say no, but if I did want to unarchive them, then I would select yes. So here I'm going to say cohort B, and I'm going to spell it correctly. Okay, so now we have cohort B, and then we're going to say copy list. Okay, so now it's going to take a little bit of time for this to load in here, and do just give it a while. So now it's pulling in cohort B, but guess what? It's still got the same color here between cohort A and cohort B, and no, we do not want that. So what we're going to do is we're going to move this color, we're going to change it over to a new color, and I'm going to add a new color. To add a new color, I'm going to select this option here, and I actually want to choose a color that's not currently listed here. So let's go ahead and choose an orange color. Sounds good. Select save. And then what we're going to do is select this orange color. So now you can see that this highlighted area, this space, is actually orange, which is pretty dang cool. All right, so we've got cohort A, cohort B, and all the cohorts, which is pretty cool because we have kind of like an at a glance of all of the lists. Okay, so now let's move on to the group program or membership. Again, customer success means that you are supporting a wide variety of different industries, and it's not just SaaS-based businesses, although those are pretty helpful. We want to actually use lots of different ways to support our customers depending on the business model we have. So let's say that you have a membership or group program and you're an online business. Maybe you're a coach, a consultant, and you want to be able to plan everything in advance. I'm going to share some examples of how this might work for you when it comes to planning out your specific needs. So first, we have student orientation. So what we're going to do is there's two ways to set this, right there at the list space or within the task area. So within the task area, I'm going to go ahead and move this to May 13th. And I'm going to say, yep, that's good to go. And let's take a look at this task. Within this task, maybe there are subtasks needed for this. So I'm going to say landing page creation, right? So then I'm going to say course platform. And then maybe I'm going to say, let's say setup and testing. Can even have that as another subtask. And then you might say something like automated deadline funnel or a webinar setup, email sequences scheduled in ConvertKit or email marketing platform. Okay, so we have all of these marketing assets. We need to obviously schedule them. So take a look here. You see how I clicked over? This right here is similar to breadcrumbs. And so it's kind of showing you where does this actually live. So you can see these subtasks that are listed here. If I click here, you're going to then see all of these subtasks. And if I click into this landing page creation, my goodness, I can create a to-do list for this. Now it's a little bit different because at this level, we cannot make additional subtasks, okay? So, landing page creation, we have Facebook ads, affiliate webinar launch assets. I'm not going to go too much into this, but just know that you can actually see how these look, and we can change some of these statuses to custom statuses. Right now it's to do or complete. I like to actually have some custom ones like in progress, but it's really up to you how you want to change your statuses, and that's a whole nother training, my friend. Okay, so we've got lots of different things here. Facebook ads, affiliate webinar, launch assets, Facebook live series. So very cool here. Let's go ahead and say that we are bringing in some new friends, and then let's say that in July, we're going to be launching a new webinar. And let's say it's going to be on the 8th of July. And all of these are going to be underneath here. So let's say that if July 8th is the deadline that we want to launch this ads by the sales webinar, we're going to run it organic and also do some live content, then we're going to go through here and then basically work our way backwards. Actually, I don't want it there. I want it here. Okay, so we have June 6th, and then we're going to do June 13th, June 20th, June 27th. Okay, so now this is actually looking not too bad. Not too bad at all. Okay, so moving on, in order to create that calendar view, we're going to click on view. So let's go back to that again really closely. We're going to go to view, then we're going to go to calendar, and then this option here gives us the ability to create a pinned view. This pinned view, it will stay here closer to the front area of our view panel. And then if you want to add that view, that's where you'll do it, okay? So give it a little bit of time, and you'll see here, because I selected pin, it stayed right here. If I wanted to move it, I can drag and drop, which is pretty nice and handy. Since a lot of these tasks don't actually occur until May and June, then I'm going to go ahead and kind of come over here. Let's go ahead and change the settings again to list, because we want to see what that looks like, not just by the status, which is a little bit different, okay? So here we go. We got the sales webinar, July, and let's see here. Oh, looks like some of them, just these subtasks. Okay, great. So again, going here, we're going to go to the calendar view. New student orientation, we have it there, and then into June, and then into July. Okay, so lots of sales webinars here. You see all these other ones, they have different subtasks right here. Interesting. Okay, great. So we've got a lot of different ways that you can use this. And like I shared with you, those colors that I showed, those colors are super customizable, and you can change them. You can create custom labels. There's so many different options that you have here. Okay, so just to recap, what we covered was quite a bit, and hopefully this is helpful. So give me a little comment here if this is helpful to you. I always want to hear from you. So the first things that we covered was how to create multiple different projects and manage multiple different projects. And I shared with you how to customize your spaces based off of color for your folders and for your lists. We also looked at how the folders area is really magical, and you can create folders that will give you an overview of multiple projects based off of customizing your list color and your folder color. So it kind of helps keeps your space nice and clean, so you know exactly what's happening and what is happening. We also talked about how to ensure that you have a calendar view and how to use calendar views to help manage all of those upcoming deadlines, especially when you have projects that are really close together and you want somebody on your team or for yourself to manage it efficiently. So if that all sounded good, I hope that this was helpful. I want to make sure that I actually take a look and share with you something neat that I'm excited about. So, if you have questions about the customer success community, there's going to be some live events. There's going to be some orientations that I will be actually showing you. And actually, today I wanted to share with you what this looks like. And so I am going to share my screen. So let's see if it will share. Yes, it will indeed. Yes. Okay, so before we leave, just a quick tour. Take a look at this really cool community. The Heartbeat app, I just purchased it and it's just blowing my mind about how exciting and fun this software is. And I was just chatting with some friends over here on LinkedIn and saying how cool this software is. And I know because I've been geeking out about this so much. So this is really neat because it allows you to create and download a desktop app. There's also an iOS and Android app as well. There's some really cool features like threads where you'll be able to connect up with other folks. And here you can see that there's actually a open to speaking and connecting post where you can connect up with other business owners. And this again is free. You don't have to pay money to join my community. You can just join me. Next week is officially when I'm rolling out, but hint, hint, you can DM me to see if you want to get in earlier. There's also some cool tool alerts, including project management software recommendations, some great communication templates for customer cancellations. We're also going to be talking a little bit more about curriculum brainstorming. How do you leverage these curriculum to have better curriculum to help your customers if you have a education-based business? And then some other things, including the online business job board posting. And just recently, I posted one from this week where I share freelance, full-time, online business owner type positions that are perfect for you if you do not have an existing job or if you're looking for your next gig, especially if you're a work from home, remote worker, and you're not looking to go back to the office. So some great things here. So I just want to know, was this helpful for you? I will be sharing some more tips with you, not next week, but the following week because I am going out of town. But we will be pausing this and you'll still get access to fun free resources. Send me a DM. Let me know if this was helpful. I can't wait to see you next time we go live. Chat with you later and enjoy your afternoon coffee on Friday. Bye.